everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Welcome to Make a Card Monday. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. Welcome to all of my new friends. Thank you to everyone who is watching this video today. And thank you so much to everyone who is supporting me and supporting my channel in so many positive ways. Today is Make a Card Monday. First thing is going to be going into my stash and pulling out some of those paper pads that might have been sitting for a few years and start to use them. I have a lot of paper pads and crafting supplies that just sit. So we're going to pull them out. And on today's video, we're going to focus on how we can use some of these larger prints as well as some of our cut aparts in card making. So y'all know what time it is? It's time to make it. All right, y'all. So here's a closer look at that large print cut apart page that is in this paper pad. And the paper pad that I'm using is Peachy Evergreen. And this paper pad is from Recollection, so that means that I got it at Michael's. And it looks like this paper pad might have been bought in 2018. So it's coming up on 4 years of me having this paper pad. And I still have probably half the paper pad left. So what I am really going to do, guys, is I am really going to try to craft from the papers that I have. I might pick up a few new papers here and there, but I have plenty of papers. So I think I'm going to start pulling out some of my older papers and paper pads and bringing them into the Crafty Light. That's what we're doing today. So we're going to be working with this sheet, and then we'll be working with the standard 3x4 cut apart sheet, and we're going to use one of these on today's craft. Then I have this sheet, which is a large print sheet in the book. And these type sheets are the sheets that I personally think give crafters the most challenge. And the challenge is, what do you do with them? So I'm not going to work with this today, but I wanted to show it to you. I am going to work with it in an upcoming video to give you an idea on how we can use some of the pages in our paper pads that might look like this or might have a large graphic on it that we really struggle crafting with. So let's move this out of the way. And here's what we're going to be making today for Make a Card Monday. We are going to be making a nice square card. I am going to show you a very easy way to make a square envelope for that square card. And you can see on my envelope, I added a little rub-on just to give it a little cuteness. And I did the same thing here in the front. As I was making this, I thought this whole technique would be an awesome way to make invitations for any occasion. So here is how I used this particular cut apart. I made it the focal point for a very simple card. And because the message is there, the embellishments are there, I don't need to add anything else to this. For me, I don't. You might want to embellish even more, but I think that this card is perfect for me just as it is. And then when you open it, I have my white paper here, and I have a message, and it's a rub-on, and it says, "You're only confined by the walls." Then I added another rub-on here, took one of the cut aparts, placed it over here so that you can write a nice message. You can even continue the message on this side. So easy to do. And then on the back, I added another rub-on just to kick up the cuteness. And so here's our beautiful set. And like I said, this little technique here is perfect for making invitations, especially if you wanted to add a pocket on this side and then put all of the invite instructions and RSVP information on this side as well. This is a very easy and low-cost way to plan an event. So here is our nice little square card, fully mailable. Might require some additional postage, but make sure that you check with your local post office on what that additional postage might be. So I am going to go ahead and put this back in the envelope. And so here's what I'll be using to make today's card. I have a 6x6 cut apart, one of those large ones. Then I have 2 pieces of white cardstock that measure 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to be using some rub-ons, and I have this sheet of rub-ons already pulled out, and I will be using a portion of the sheet for this project. And then I have a 12 by 6 inch piece of solid colored cardstock. And then I have a 10 by 10 inch piece for the envelope, and then we're also going to use one of the 3 by 4 cut aparts. So this is going to be so easy, and because I want to be able to make 2 cards from one piece of 12 by 12 inch cardstock, I am going to trim down my cut apart. So it starts out as 6 by 6. I am going to place it in, and we're going to trim to 5 1/2 on one side, and then I'll rotate it, and we're going to take off another 1/2 inch. So now we have a piece that is 5 by 6. Then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm basically taking off a 1/2 inch all the way around. Then I'm going to take my card base, and on the 12 inch side, we'll score at 6. And so now we can fold and burnish the card. And now we're going to take that cut apart, and we're going to take one of the pieces that measure 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and we're just going to mount the cut apart to this piece. And it adds some of that white space around so that it doesn't look so stark against the card base. So I am just going to take my tape. We're going to add some tape. And then I'll take this piece, and I'm going to place it down and try to get it centered, or as centered as possible. And then I'll use my big old spatula to make sure I have a nice stick. And I love this cut apart. It says there is beauty everywhere. All we have to do is look, and we'll see it. So I'm going to add tape to the back of this piece. And I'll take my card, and now I can just mount this piece to the card, get it nice and stuck. And then I want to round my ends. You don't have to do this, and if you have a corner rounder, you can use that for this part as well. But I'm just rounding a little bit like that. And do the same thing here. Just rounding. It just helped to soften up such a large card. Now I'm going to open this, and we're going to take that second piece that measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, add some tape, and we are going to take this piece and put it down like that. Then I'm going to bring in my cut apart page, and I just want to grab a cut apart. So I'm going to take this one right here, because it'll give us some good writing space if we want or need it. And it says today, so you can write your note and place it right there. So I am just going to add some tape to the back. We're going to take this piece and put it down just like that. And now we have a beautiful card. So I am just going to take this word rub-on, and we're going to put it down. And this one says, always look on the bright side of life. Cut aparts are very easy to work with. Going to take that and place it right in the middle. So if you wanted to write a message, you can just write all around that middle piece. Then I am using my big old spatula to go over this and get everything nice and stuck. And then I'll lift up, take the back of this piece and just burnish that in. Now I'm going to take one of those little leaves and we're going to put that down right there because I think that that is so cute. So I'm just rubbing it in, and now I'll lift to make sure that I have it all stuck. I do. Again, I'll take the back side of that and just burnish that rub on into place. And now you can see what a beautiful card we have and how simple that was to make. So we are going to make our square envelope. So I'm going to share with you a very quick and easy way to make a square envelope from a 10 by 10 inch piece of cardstock. Now we're going to make this envelope on the diagonal. So when you're making diagonal envelopes without using a punch board, you need to find the diagonal distance. This paper is 10 by 10 squared, but on the diagonal, it becomes larger. So the diagonal length is 14 on this. And we just divide the diagonal length by 2, and that's 7. So we place a point at 7, and then we follow that 7 point all the way down to make sure it's nice and straight. So the way that I follow my 7 point all the way down is I'm going to take my stylus, starting at the 7, I'll come all the way down and find it here. And then I'm just going to take a piece of tape, and I place that tape on that 7 mark. So now I know how to align this. So I'm going to take this point, put it on the 7 here. Then I'll take this point and I'm aligning the point with the 7 right there. And that is how I do it to get the most even envelopes when I'm making it on the diagonal. I know a lot of people will just place the item down here in the middle, fold over, fold over, fold up. For me, I've never been able to get my envelope the way that I want it. So this is how I do it. But if you have a method that works for you, definitely stick with your method. So now that we have it in on 7, we are going to score this at 3 5/8. Turn it once, align that point at 7. Make sure you're aligning the point here at the bottom with the tape piece that you put down. That way you know your 7 is even all the way going down. And then we're going to score at 3 7/8. Then we rotate again at 7. And again, we're aligning here at the bottom to make sure that our point is hitting the tape mark that I put down. And I'm going to score again at 3 1/2. Rotate it one more time to 7. Again, align it here at the bottom. And score at 3 7/8. So basically we score at 3 5/8, 3 7/8, 3 5/8, 3 7/8. So now all I need to do is fold and burnish my score marks. And then everywhere I did the folding, I am going to cut out a little triangle. So now we're going to put it together. I'm going to put this together using tape. So I'll add some tape right there and some tape right there. Then I'm going to add tape. But I'm not going to bring that tape all the way to the top. Hopefully you can see that I stopped my tape right there. And I'll do the same thing over here. And I'm also going to just trim this a little bit. Now we can fold in, fold over. And y'all, we have an envelope that should fit our card. So let's put it in And we have a nice fit on that envelope. And y'all, I'm just adding a little bit of cuteness. You definitely don't have to do this if you don't want. And then let's just burnish that in. Look at how cute that envelope is. Then here on the front, I think I'm also going to add just a little something. It won't be too much. I'm going to take this piece, put it right here, and just rub this rub-on until I have it stuck. Just added a little piece of cuteness to the outside of the envelope. And I also think I want to add a rub-on to the back of my card. You can also put your stamp or your mark on the back. I just thought this would be cute. I'm going to put that down. We're going to get this stuck. Now let's peel away. Let's see what we have. And that's how we have it on the back. I think that is super cute. Take my piece and just make sure I have a good burnish on that. And now, y'all, we have a second beautiful card. I apologize for not removing my picture-in-picture from the upper corner. Normally, I do try to remove that because I don't want it to be a distraction while I'm crafting, but hopefully it wasn't too much of a distraction. But isn't this card a beauty? Yes, it is. And when we open it, this is what we have. We have a nicely coordinated envelope to go with this card. I am going to bring that first one back in so that y'all can see all of this gorgeous goodness that we have with our square cards. And you're able to see just how easy it is, A, to make a card, and B, to make a square envelope to go along with that card. So, as my cards say, there is beauty everywhere, and y'all, we are always better together. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's fun, quick Make a Card Monday. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.